The person who has been recorded to have lived the longest in modern history is a woman named Jean Calment. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. She lived to over 122. She was a French woman. And by all accounts, she did nothing special. I mean, she smoked cigarettes, she ate chocolate, she apparently ate sugar. And then you have people, and I'm sure you've come across many people like this in your field, who do everything perfectly, who do intermittent fasting, who exercise regularly, who never fail to order the kale salad when they go to the restaurant, but yet who still get sick. And so it seems as though, yes, so much of longevity and biohacking is all about control, but so many factors in terms of how we live and whether we live a long life when we die is beyond our control. Life is inherently fragile. And so my perspective is, yes, obviously you do your best in terms of living the most healthy life you can, with the understanding and the humility that it may or may not mean that much. Give us your take on that, Dave.
If you're trying to extend your life because you're planning to not die, I hate to tell you something, the Earth's crust will crack in two at some point and the universe will collapse in on itself. We're all going to die. So the real game is, how can I feel really good now and for as long as I choose until I'm done, and not stress so much along the way? So a big mistake that some longevity people or biohackers make is trying to do everything perfectly. The deal is more energy today equals more years later. So you focus on what's going to give you the quickest results. So you have more energy. So it's not so hard anymore.
Dave, it's great to have you on. You helped spark what is now, I believe, a $63 billion biohacking industry. You've transformed your own health, built an empire around it and around human optimization, really. But how do you separate genuine scientific breakthroughs from expensive placebos? Because we know they exist too, or on the market, and there is a huge demand for them.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that you do is you actually talk to the people who do the research itself. I started in the longevity field in Palo Alto, where I ran a longevity nonprofit starting in the 90s. And I interviewed the leaders in the field every month, and I've interviewed 1,400 of them now. So you can go out and say, what does the guy at Harvard think? What does the guy at Berkeley think? And they're right there on any of the online social networks, whatever you follow, they're sharing the info. And then you get these influencers who come out and haven't really done the deep work, and they're using AI to just copy the other stuff, dumb it down a little bit and say it. So look at the credentials of the people you're listening to, and then get a sleep tracker. And if something's working, your morning readiness score will be higher. So it's not in biohacking about doing what's supposed to work. It's about doing what actually works for your biology today. And if anything in the last 10 years has come out of this field, it's that there are no two identical humans. So your goals are different than your friends, your genetics are different than your friends, and your brain is different than your friends. But here's the good news. Most decline is environmental. It's not genetic. Studies show about somewhere between 70 and 80% of how you age is environmental. And we can control our environment. In fact, that's the definition of biohacking. Change the environment around you so you feel the way you want.
So if somebody wanted to, I don't know, improve their cognitive performance, right, in the next 30 days, what would you say was one important thing that they can do to change everything within 30 days?
There's one thing that'll make your brain work better than anything else and reduce your age, and it's completely free. And it is learning how to get a good night's sleep. And it turns out that sleep quality, not the amount of sleep, but the quality of sleep, will drive cognitive performance the next day and the next week, and it'll drive blood sugar regulation, and all the things that make you old happen if you're bad at sleeping.
That is great advice. And I have to say, my husband and I are somewhere in between where Zeke Emanuel is, and I know you are aware of his work, his book, and he's very critical of those in this movement right now that are arguing that you're overpromising what living past 100 will look like, that there is just always going to be an inevitable aging to our bodies, and that no matter what medicine you take, no matter what life hacking skills you use, our cells will ultimately die. So there's that argument, and he's saying eat your ice cream and live life to the fullest and socialize as much as you can. My husband and I, he has the ring that so many people sleep
Oura
with now,
Ring.
the Oura Ring. We have the 8 Sleep at home, which I love on our bed. But at what point do we not get overstimulated by all of this technology that's available, besides just waking up and saying, hey, I don't feel great, I didn't get a good night's sleep, versus let me track all my 15 devices that'll tell me the same thing?
You'll notice I'm not wearing a sleep tracker right now. And there's a reason. I already figured it out. But when I wasn't good at sleeping and I was getting 5 minutes of deep sleep a night, I used the data. And so I recommend track what you hack, and you can sort of ignore the rest. And find the things that make you feel the best and track those. So eventually you learn how to be better at living in your body when you become a biohacker. And some people do say, you're just going to die, so why bother? But centenarians, people living over 100, are the fastest growing demographic globally already. So we're already extending life. We've already extended the average lifespan by about 6.5 years over the last 30 years. We even had to change the definition of elderly back in the 90s because people over 55 were considered elderly, and they're like, we're not done working, like we feel great. So it's happening. It's just hard to see because we only live one lifetime.
Dave, why do you think that human beings are fundamentally, I'm not saying you, but a lot of us are fundamentally afraid of death? And do you think the biohacking movement reduces that fear, or is it driven by it?
My most recent book became the best-selling philosophy book, even though it's about altered states of meditation, because it answers that exact question. We fear death because the mitochondria that drive our cells are motivated by that. And when people do any kind of personal development, whether it's meditation, prayer, fasting in a cave, it doesn't really matter. What happens is you become more at peace, and you recognize that everyone's born and everyone dies, and that there's nothing you can do about the fact that it will happen, but that stressing about it isn't worth the time. And that's just an important part of becoming wise.
You said a word there that a lot of medical experts highlight as one of the causes of premature death, and that is stress, cortisol, right? And the unnecessary stress. There's obviously the necessary part that keeps us alive and keeps us avoiding catastrophic mistakes and death-like scenarios. But it's also something that can be very harmful. How do we manage stress in this environment?
Recognize that the vast majority of stress doesn't come from your thinking. It just feels like it comes from your thinking. It actually comes from your body. So if your body is experiencing physical stress because you ate something that was toxic, and yeah, there are toxins in food, this ultra-processed stuff, or because you got a bad night's sleep or you're hungover, that'll translate to stress in the body, and then the mind will make up a story about it being, your mother-in-law's fault or something. So stress is biological more than psychological. So when you understand that, you start making your body healthier and your stress goes down. And then you learn the tools of biohacking, certain types of breathing and other techniques, and some gadgets, but you don't need them, but sometimes they help. They can help you dramatically shift so that instead of wasting your precious energy on stress, you can point it where you want. So you can be kind to another person. You can take care of your family, or you could have been stressed about it. It feels like it's not in your control, but it is. And a lot of biohacking is finding tools that work for you to shift out of stress, make your body make more energy so you're less stressed, and then do something that matters.
After this conversation, I'm acutely aware that so much of longevity and biohacking requires an insane amount of discipline that I do not have. I need to work on that. I need to work on my discipline first before I can live longer.
Like once your energy back, like it's not that hard. Yeah, I'm going to go to bed about the same time. That wasn't expensive. I'm going to make a better choice at breakfast, but I make it every morning anyway. I'm going to just make small shifts to existing habits. So
you make it sound so easy, Dave.
First step, stop blaming your mother-in-law, I guess.
Yes.